Hey there. And this video is not about a particular design element of this harp, but more the player experience. What's the whole like? You know, they say the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. Well, what's the whole like? What does it feel like to play it? What does it feel like to a musician to hold it and to blow into it and to make noise with it? I'd say it hits a new standard for chromatic harmonica. That's how good it is. I think it's a new standard that'll hold for quite a while. This harp does a lot of things real well and better, in my opinion. I have a lot of nice harps. I would say, getting into what I like as a player, the low notes and the mids and the highs all have a very similar tonal harmonic footprint. It's very typical on harps for these to be boomy, these to be okay, and the high ones to be squeaky. This harp doesn't suffer from that malady. All of the notes are kind of related tonally. And I like that, without my having to adjust my embouchure constantly. So I like that. That's a challenge on a lot of instruments, by the way. It's not just harmonicas. It's also true for saxophones and flutes and even pianos, if you can believe it. Another part of it that I think is nice is that the amount of breath I have to drive into this harp is an acceptable amount of breath to me, because it is totally airtight. I like the button. I didn't have to make a custom button. I play with it. I'm happy with it. And this is the only harp I've played that I haven't felt is going to escape out of my fingers at some point. Because just this two little grip here, see the scallop things here? It's really something to hang on to. And of course it broadcasts sound, but I'm just saying from a player playing experience, I like that. And so I have an instrument that's sensitive to my breath. It's got a nice, beautiful tone to it, and I can relax and enjoy the music a little more with this, which I like. So I thought that I don't do much with bluegrass, right? I mean, you've heard me play a lot of stuff, but let's go ahead with something that was a beautiful piece used in the Civil War series by Ken Burns, Ashokan Farewell. I'll play the piece with a recording for you that's not the original. This one's with a mandolin. And then I'll come back and play it a cappella for you, so you can really hear what this instrument will do. Tremendous control of volume. Those are the user impressions, musician impressions of playing the Seydel Symphony Grand Chromatic. It's good enough to knock out everything else I was playing. I hope that this whole video series has been helpful to you as you go to understand this new instrument and what it's brought to players.